Welcome back to another episode of Never Far From Home, folks. Well, we still don't have the music, and we still don't have our shirts with our logos, but we're working on it. And as soon as we get those shirts, we'll put it in the comment section down below, and you can order those for a great price, I'm sure. um, no, today my cameraman's at work. I know I promised that she would be joining us shortly. That's still in the works. It's just going to take just a little bit longer, so bear with us. Well, not only that, plus it's a way to get you to come back and watch because I'm pretty boring, so it's coming. Today I want to talk a little bit about, I want to go back, and I know that we've kind of skipped here and skipped there. So I want to go back to the original reason that we started this the videos. And the reason is that we wanted to show you how we came to this decision to go RVing full time. And again, the consequences of the decisions that we've made along the way. The year that this started was 2020. 2020 was a year when interest rates were falling, everything was booming, people were starting to buy homes, people were selling homes for good prices, but fair prices. They were getting quite a bit for their homes, and everything was pretty good as far as markets, both for buyers and sellers. Then all of a sudden, boom, we got hit with a pandemic. The pandemic killed and continues to kill today just millions of people worldwide. Over 600,000 people in the U.S. alone. And the CDC stated, and it came to be just a general practice, that people needed to stay away from other people. Social distancing, they call it. So it was important that if we did come around others, we wore some sort of face mask. Social distancing was the practice of the day. And when it came to then real estate and people looking for homes, people started to look for homes not right next to their neighbors. They started to look for homes with a little bit of land, a 1 acre, 2 acre, 3 acres, so they could expand that social distancing to other areas of their lives, all areas of their lives. They could have the family there and still have some room to spread out, to run, maybe a little creek to play in, gardens that they could grow and become more self-sufficient. So it just put another aspect into the real estate market. That, and a lot of states got hit hard, real hard, harder than others, California being one. California is already suffering because of taxes, utilities, all these other things. So then COVID hit California so bad, and people began moving out in droves. People wanted homes, again, outside of California and where they could have a little bit of room. So enter into this time is when my fiance and I started looking for homes. We had previously looked, homes, interest rates were low, homes were reasonable for the time. So, but we just weren't quite at that point where we were quite ready yet. We're in a transition period, lived in an apartment, and our lease didn't expire till August of the next year, 2021. So here we go, folks. Boom! We're going to start looking at homes right when all this is going on. So we had previously looked at homes, and I'll show you a little map here. Whoops. Guess I won't show you a little map. Let me hang on just a second, folks. I gotta do some cover up work here. Okay, we're set. We originally started looking for homes up, there you go, up in Idaho area. Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Montana, beautiful areas. And you could get some land for a good price, decent price with a home. We began looking up there, and what we found is that land up in that area and homes were listing. A lot of them, which was a good thing, except they were selling as fast as they went on the market. Not only were they selling as fast as they were going on the market, but they were selling over the value, over the appraisal price of the homes and of the land. It was an incredible thing to see, because if you were lucky to bid on a home and actually get the home, it was usually because somebody that had bid before you, for some reason, it fell through, and yours was the next, because people were bidding on homes over the amount that it was listed, and under considerations where they would pay all closing costs or they would waive any type of home inspections. It was incredible. Anything in Idaho all of a sudden just wasn't an option. Washington was the same way. Oregon, any of the northwest United States, it was, we couldn't do it. It just wasn't an option anymore. So we migrated over towards the Tennessee area, the Nashville area. We really wanted to move there. And we found that homes were beginning to do exactly the same thing in that area. Not only that, but when we tried to get pre-approved for a loan, it was important that either we lived in that area or that we had a job in that area. We didn't have either. So finance companies or mortgage companies, they would not give you a loan if you weren't in the area or working in the area. So my fiance and I, we weren't in a position where we could get transferred to that area. We would have had to quit our jobs and find a job in that area. And if we did that, then we wouldn't qualify for a home. So, two things. Number one, we didn't have a home, so we would have to move into an apartment and then find a job. And so that was an option, but it wasn't an option to buy a home in that area. I have a very good friend in North Carolina. He was looking a little bit for us also. And the same with North Carolina, South Carolina, that whole area. So our option would be to rent. And the same option here in Arizona where we live at the time. We could rent either an apartment, a condo, a home, something we could go out and rent. So that all of a sudden that kind of became the only option that we had. And then we started to compare rental amounts. For homes, it was just ridiculous. In maybe a nice 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom home, it was going to be close to $2,000 a month. Our 2-bedroom apartment was going up $300 a month for a 1-year lease. And condos, anything else out there, the rental prices were almost double what we could have previously bought a home for and had a mortgage for. We were looking probably at $900, $1,000, $1,200 for a mortgage payment, and there's no way that you could even touch an apartment for that amount of money. Now. So all of a sudden, our options dwindled. We couldn't get a home unless we got lucky and then paid way over the value. We could rent, but our rental would be a huge amount of money throwing away every month on a 1-year at least term. It left us with really only one other option that we could think of, and that was, why not just, at least temporarily, move in, buy an RV and move into an RV. You see, I had previously owned a 30-foot toy hauler, and at that time, I had in 2020 when we began looking, I had a Dodge 2500 with a turbo diesel in it. So I figured that thing could pull anything. I'll get a toy hauler, bigger toy hauler, we'll put it on that thing, discussed it with my fiance, hey, maybe this is the way to go. We've already got the truck and we can get an RV, and we, not only that, we can go to Tennessee, we can go to the states up north, Idaho, we can go to the Carolinas, we can go to the East Coast, we can go wherever we want. We just need to get remote jobs. It sounded so good. It sounded so easy. However, it seemed like the most plausible option. So when we were looking, that was a plausible option. When other people were looking, it appeared, maybe not for the same reasons, but that too was an option. Because so many people began going out and buying RVs to a point where it was hard to find them. It was just hard to find any RVs at all. So now we've made the decision that it would appear that was our best option. And that decision is going to produce consequences. Good consequences, bad consequences. There's going to be a lot of consequences for that decision. We've gone through in former episodes and we've looked at a little bit of those, but I wanted to go back and I wanted to take a look at how we got to the decision. And now that we've made that decision, we're going to show you some of the consequences of the decision that we've made. Again, we haven't camped in our RV yet. Our RV right now is sitting in storage, not too far from the apartment that we're in. We are having issues, a lot of issues that we never dreamt of. But we made decisions and we make another decision. We continue to make decisions, continue to do things so that we can get on the road and this RV dream comes true. But we're not there yet. And we're still having to make decision after decision after decision, and there's still consequences after consequences after consequences. So folks, that's what we wanted our video to be about. You can take a look. It's up to you. Things that you can kind of consider before you head out into the RV lifestyle. And of course, in just a little bit here, we'll be getting in that trailer, we hope, and we'll be heading out. And you can come with us and experience everything that we're experiencing also. Not just the good part. We're not going to show you how to hook up a sewer line, and we're not going to show you the best way to monitor your battery, any of that stuff. But we're just going to put out there, hey, this is the decision. We're going to make this decision to do this, and this is what's going to happen. And you're going to be able to see all that from from the point where we've made the determination to do that, all the way from campground to campground to campground. So folks, thank you very much, and I do promise you that you will see my fiance very soon. Hopefully the next video. And by then, we should be able to shoot this at the location of the trailer. Right now, it is so hot and so humid here that we can hardly get the trailer even set up. So it's just been miserable. But it's coming, folks. Thank you very much. We appreciate you hitting the like button. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate you having patience with us, and we'll see you on the next episode of Never Far From Home. Thanks, folks. I gotta turn this off. I don't have a cameraman. Oh, hey, I wanted to give a shout out real quick. We have a very good friend who has 3 girls, younger girls that watch us religiously, and they're so excited for us. And so I wanted to give a shout out to Tina's girls. Thank you guys, we really appreciate it. And a shout out to all of our friends and family who have pressed the like button. So we appreciate you guys very much too. Thank you very much.